Okay, let's swing this. We don't need a script. We got this. Can't bring the mic closer, though. So, welcome back to the Washington Commanders franchise. I'm not going to be able to move this mic any way that I truly want to. Actually, hang on. We got something here. No, we don't. I'm going to cut to the part where I have this entire thing set up anyway, so. There we go. That should be. No, hang on. Can we just turn it around? That's better. All right, so welcome back to Washington franchise. Before we get into the next game, where we're going to be playing against the 4-4 Seattle Seahawks, kind of just want to take a second and buy myself a little bit more time as well. Let's go around the league. Let's go see what's going on. I'm going to show you guys the draft class and who we're looking at. See, like I said, going around the league, I want to see who's really leading the league in categories, what's going on. I mean, you can already see the standings. The Cowboys are 8-0. Eagles are 7-2. We're 6-3, and the Giants have managed to pick up 2 wins since their loss against us. But to start off, standings. We're gonna go standings. We're gonna go stats. Then we're gonna go to draft class, and I might put some of the like some practice play in there just to kind of talk for a few more minutes, and I'll cut this up how I want to cut it up. But the Cowboys are 8-0, the Ravens are 8-1, as well as the Chiefs are 8-1. The Eagles are 7-2, and then here we are at number 5 at 6-3. So we're number 5 in the NFL. We are number 3 in the NFC, as well as number 3 in the NFC East. I mean, we still have, I think, 8 more weeks to go. 8 more weeks to go, including this week. So any given thing can happen. I mean, right now, if it were to end of the day, we would be the number 3 seed for the playoffs. So, I mean, it hasn't been a terrible season. We started off with a win-loss, and it proceeded to go for a couple of wins before grabbing another loss. So, if we go and we just take a look at our team and our stats really quick, Sam Howell's at almost 2,400 yards, 14 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Brian Robinson Jr. is about to hit the 600-yard mark. Antonio Gibson's about to hit 300, and Chris Rodriguez has just gotten past 2. I've been saying Christian this whole time. That should tell you guys something. Terry McLaurin's about to hit 700, and Jahan Dotson, after having a few big games here, which want to go and show you guys that, after having a few big games where he has gone for 100, 160, Eagles game was just, that was tough, and then 172 against the Patriots, where that was downright disrespectful. I mean, what he's done this season when he's gone for big games has been pretty mean to teams. But going for 172 in that game has brought him within 121 yards of Terry McLaurin. As he also has the same amount of touchdowns. He has played one more game, as McLaurin did miss a game, which gave him the chance to go get superstar. Curtis Samuel, come up past couple of games. He's been getting some touchdowns. Well, he's been getting some work. As against the Eagles, he was the one that popped off, and against the Falcons, he also popped off. Got a touchdown each of those games. His only other touchdown came in week 1 against the Cardinals. So it's been more like a one receiver show each week, kind of hoping to get something there. Braden Daniels giving up 4 sacks. Charles Leno's giving up 1. And leading the team in tackles, Jamin Davis is about to break the 100 tackle mark, with Cody Barton kind of close behind them. Both are safeties behind them. And then our starting and nickel corners are right there. His tackles for loss, the guy that I've been trying to figure out, do we sign him or not? Chase Young is at 16. And leading the team in sacks is Montez Sweat at 6, nearly doubling the next two guys and has doubled Chase Young. Interceptions, Emmanuel Forbes and Kendall Fuller are both at 3. I believe Fuller has the only defensive touchdown that has been scored for this team. Yes. But Cody Barton and Davis also have an interception of their own. We haven't caused any forced fumbles, haven't got any recoveries, no block kicks or safeties. Kicking wise, Bagley's been really good as he's 20 for 20 on field goals and 24 for 24 on extra points. And punting, Tressway has 2 punts inside the 20. 4 of them have been touchbacks, but is at a net yard, is an average punt of about 40 yards. We're not exactly flipping field position, but knowing that we actually can get something down there in the 20 has been pretty good for us. Team stats, in terms of yards and points, we do have the number 1 offense, so that's something to look at, as it's more just, I think the sliders and then blowing out the Giants, in a way blowing out the Giants really did boost and put an outlier out there, as we don't even have the most passing touchdowns. We definitely don't have the most rushing touchdowns. I mean, we're tied for the most first downs with the Ravens. We definitely do not have the most rushing yards. We are top 5 in passing yards, but we have the most offensive yards, which is crazy there. In terms of defense, we have the worst passing defense, already giving up 2,400 yards. We're probably going to give up 4,000 for the season at this rate. Rushing yards, we still haven't given up 1,000 yet, as there are teams that have given up over 1,100. I mean, we're getting close there, but the best team is Eagles, only given up 700 and under 750. So I'm hoping that we don't give up more than 1,200 yards when it comes to that, but we're not terrible. We're about middle of the pack when it comes to our rushing defense. Points allowed, one of the worst. Only team worse than us is the Patriots, who we just played and beat. When it comes to sacks, we're number 6 in sacks, haven't really forced any fumbles. And in terms of interceptions, we're not really up there as well. I think we have like 8 interceptions. Yeah, we have 8 interceptions. For the weekly awards last week, and our first and only weekly award has been Jahan Dotson, who went 7 for 172 with 2 touchdowns. They say a carry when that was kind of one of those RPO swing routes that I feel like should have went for his receiving yards, put him around like 183. But they're going to say it was a carry for 11 yards for us. Not saying we don't care about anybody else, but this is about the Commanders. And back to player stats, because, I mean, yeah, this is about the Commanders and all that, but let's take a quick look around the league. I said we were going to do it. Kirko is number 1 in passing yards with Sam Howell right behind him and Patrick Mahomes behind him. It's mainly been like the big shot plays that we've been able to take that have been good. Passing touchdowns, Kirko with Patrick Mahomes, Jimmy Garoppolo, Brock Purdy, Lamar Jackson. Interception-wise, Howell is not. We don't have the worst. We don't have the worst interceptions. We don't have the most. That's going to Anthony Richardson, the rookie, followed by Baker Mayfield and Desmond Ridder. Jeez. Well, Desmond threw an interception against us, so yay. Who has a long pass for the season is going to go Josh Allen. Who's been sacked the most is going to be Mac Jones. Yeah, I might be able to agree with that. And which quarterback has played the most downs? That'll be Kyler Murray. Why did I jump out of that? I meant to go check rushing, receiving, and then defensive leaders. And here I am trying to just like get through it and make it somewhat quick so I can like have certain cuts. But in terms of rushing yards, Jonathan Taylor, who has not been traded in this universe and for whatever reason, isn't going through any kind of contract disputes, I don't think. Yeah, they actually gave him the money. But I mean, well, let's be honest here. $10 million a year. He accepted it. Don't even want to be there. He accepted it. It is what it is. He took the money. He's leading the league with Saquon Barkley right behind him. Christian McCaffrey, Ezekiel Elliott, and Derrick Henry are your top guys. Rob Bijan is right there. I thought that was Brian Robinson for a second. Your leader in touchdowns is Saquon Barkley, then Jonathan Taylor, Tony Pollard, DeAndre Swift, Gus Edwards. Which player has fumbled the most for running backs? That's Dameon Pierce. It's been popped a couple of times. Yards after contact is going to go to Jonathan Taylor, and broken tackles will go to Dameon Pierce, who had the longest run of the season, Christian McCaffrey, followed by Brian Robinson Jr. and Isaiah Pacheco. Now on to your receiving stats. Cooper Kupp is going to lead the league in receiving right now, followed by Chris Olave, who I think is the number 2 right now in New Orleans. Then Justin Jefferson, Brandon Ayuk, Jordan Addison, who is a rookie, which means that Addison is getting being somewhat just as productive as Jefferson. I mean, he has more touchdowns, almost as many catches. They both have played 9 games. Vikings got themselves a steal. Most touchdowns are going to go to Mark Andrews, tight end. I can see that right around the end zone. And the long haul for the season goes to Stephon Diggs, then Keenan Allen, Adam Thielen, Terry McLaurin. Most receptions goes to Justin Jefferson. So right now, Cooper Kupp has a chance to be the Triple Crown winner again. Most sacks given up in the league is DJ Humphries, the left tackle for the Cardinals, followed by Brian O'Neill, Caleb McGarry, Trent Brown, Deion Dawkins. Now for another set of exciting stats. Your sack leader in the league is Max Crosby at 8.5. I mean, that's not bad at all. Now, we're not going to see our guys from the Commanders on the list, but we do know Montez Sweat has 6, so he would be right here with Khalil Mack. But 8.5, I'm not going to lie, the sack numbers aren't looking terrible as we're about halfway through the season. Right now, we're looking at a 17. We're on pace for a leader having about 17 sacks. Most interceptions of the season is Harrison Smith, Sauce Gardner, Quincy Williams has 3, Kendall Fuller, Stephon Gilmore, Emmanuel Forbes, Cole Holcomb, Nick Bolton, Byron Murphy Jr. are all tied at 3 interceptions. So any one of them could lead the league in interceptions here. Most tackles is Bobby Okereke, followed by Jamin Davis, Jawan Bentley, Cody Barton, and Alex Singleton. Matt Milano right there outside of that top 5. Most forced fumbles goes to Roquan Smith, as he has been popping that ball or ripping it out. And the fumble recovery is going to go to Matt Judon. Okay, well, everybody has one here. I'm not going to even go through that list. Most safeties, Shaq Thomas, Trayvon Walker, Brian Asamoah, Danico Autry, Joey Bosa. And the touchdowns, so only a few. Kendall Fuller has 1. Patrick Surtain. Okay, yeah, that one was against us. I remember. I think I remember that one. AJ Terrell. Oh, he got that against us, so I'm not upset. Kevin Byard, Micah Hyde. I don't think he got that against us. And Jordan Lewis. We haven't played the Cowboys yet, so cool. We're not attributing to too many team stats right now. Punt returns. Anybody else really been scoring touchdowns? No. Antonio Gibson has the lone punt return touchdown of the season. He might be able to try and flex that for the contract. No kick return touchdowns just yet. But about a few minutes into this video, I wouldn't mind this being too long, as this was going to be like in between a couple of games, so just a day. I do like this that they do, where they have this. I wish I could. I'm going to see if I can find a way to record a certain way where it's like where I can use this. But I was going to say games around the league. No. I know exactly what I need to look at. And y'all got to see this, because y'all think I feel like someone thinks I might be joking about this. Nah, these guys, I can't force wins. I can't do any of that if the game has already been played, especially. I know I just saw the word home and was like, shh. But this is a bye week. Can't do nothing. They have lost every single game, minus the one game against the Seahawks, by less than 7. By like 7 or less. Okay, this one's 8. But they've lost within 1 score of every game. They even lost to the Cardinals. I have no idea what's going on with this team. Let's see, 3 interceptions by Deshaun Watson. Interception there. Are we sure he's not like up there? Interception there. They hold on. No. They picked off Kenny Pickett 4 times and still lost that game. They picked off Kenny Pickett 4 times and they still lost this game. I simply can't let that go. 4 times? He threw 4 interceptions and they still won that game? Okay, hang on. No, I was gonna go and like immediately jump into our stuff, but now I'm concerned. Like what's going on here? Why haven't they won a game? 10 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. I mean, Nick Chubb doing his thing. Watson's actually running a bit. Receiving wise, we don't have a receiver over 500 yards. And again, only 10 touchdowns, so the offense probably is one of the problems here. And he's been sacked quite a few times. 5, 8, 12, 11, 12. Defense, what's going on with defense? Are they doing their part? I mean, they're getting some turnovers. They didn't recover that. I mean, the defense has to be playing well. The defense has to be playing decent. I mean, they're keeping their team within a few points of the game. I don't know if they're giving up those points at the end. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, last second score or what's going on here? I mean, this game, yeah, they gave up 9 and didn't score anything in the 4th. Like, offense didn't score a thing in the 1st or 4th quarter. Okay. If they go 0-17 this season, but before we do anything in the offseason, we have to go through all their games. Like, I think they're slated for number 1 pick at this point. Like, what did they even draft for that? But let's get to go ahead and scouting our players. I'm going to start off with the players that I'm interested in. And the favorites right now, because of what's been going on with the run game, pass game, all that, I'm looking at a linebacker. We probably for the reasons that I just listed. Plus, Cody Barton doesn't seem interested in re-signing, and I've been looking at linebackers that haven't re-signed with their team yet, and some of them it's either going to be paying a whole lot to try and get them, or they just outright are not going to want to come here. So Christian Taylor out of LSU is around 2 to 3 pick. I think his talent, before he gets shown, which hopefully he is a higher pick is what I'm thinking, is going to be like a 1st round. I think he should be mid-round 1 type of pick. And I'm willing to pick him if he's on the board, no matter where we are. I might even trade up for him. But he's 6'1", 246. He is 23 years old, so hopefully he'll be more refined coming out from LSU. A to B block shedding, A pursuit, A tackle, B to C zone. Those could be the lowest on their site, and I would take him right there. Solid. Well, he's great to elite in speed, solid to good in agility, good to great in change of direction. I'm not expecting him to jump too high, but anything for the explosiveness, go back to our player here. Good to great in speed and solid to good when it comes to strength. Overall, he's a great linebacker from the way he looks. I mean, B catching does sound good. Like, if we put him at his worst, C awareness, B block shedding, B impact, B stamina, C zone, D injury. Like, D injury is the only concern. So if he can stay on the field, that would be fantastic. I feel like he could be worth that 1st round pick. And I found him after looking at some of these linebackers who I'm not as interested in anymore. Someone who I was Dante Herrick, coming from Iowa State. Doesn't really, well, it says he struggles to find the ball in the air, but, you know, C block shed, B pursuit, B tackle, B zone. The only thing that is not good for him is his strength. Coming in as a 6 foot, 240-pound linebacker, I guess that is on the smaller side for linebackers. And as for his skills, we're looking at A man, B zone, C block shed, B pursuit, no stamina. Not really good at impact blocking, so when he gets hit, he's going to get knocked off that ball. More of a coverage type of guy. Sideline to sideline, he's going to need a good defensive line in front of him that's going to keep him clean and allow him to just run and roam across the field. Great for a team that has either a really good defensive line or is in a pass heavy, and I mean like really pass heavy system. So I guess if I had to throw against pass heavy teams, you probably could throw the AFC East up there a little bit because the amount of passing that they probably do. You could even probably go for NFC South. I think they pass quite a bit. I don't think the other divisions pass as much. And I mean, like, they're coming out, they're going to pass like 80% of their snaps. I'm not that interested in Darryl Boston after looking, but I want to keep him on the board. You know, some of these guys are keeping on the board just in case. Like, the D block shedding does drive me away. But, I mean, he's good to great in nearly everything except for his strength. So, good athlete. A, play recognition. He could have B man or A man. He has B zone. Stamina's not there. The impact blocking's not there. The injury's not there. Like, there's some things that's wrong with him. As with Christian Taylor, all we really got to worry about is trying to keep him on the field. Dante Herrick is worried about run game. And someone I think could help. And I'm not saying we need to draft him. I don't think we absolutely need him. But, I mean, hey, 6'3", 397. Why not? And, I mean, I think I can show you why not. He lacks discipline. He has great to elite strength and acceleration and good agility. But other than that, he's marginal to decent, which isn't terrible. Could be poor to marginal. But his skills. No pursuit angles. For a big boy, he's going to need to take the right angles to try and go get him. Don't expect him to really chase him, but A tackle, A stamina. I'm hoping that we can get like the high end on those block sheds because we have B power moves, D finesse. He's got to have A impact blocking or at least a B. There's no way you're this big and you can't, and you're going to get knocked off the ball all the time. And that A to C play recognition, I'm hoping for B. If we can get like the mid to high end on some of this, I think he'd be worth maybe the 3rd round pick if he's there. More of a rotational player. He can be our nose tackle in some of those big 3-4 fronts that we're going to start running because I am looking to start doing that a little bit more with some of these teams. I want to be able to get comfortable playing almost like a hybrid type scheme a little bit. And I feel like he's someone that could help us out there. Now, I didn't add him to the board, but I just wanted to show you guys someone. Where is he at? Okay. Here he is. Michael Golston out of Fresno State is a quarterback who is 6'2", 306 pounds, listed as a strong arm quarterback. Now, he is projected undrafted. We're probably not going to get him. But great to elite strength, good to great throw power, and everything else is poor to marginal. This guy is literally about staying in the pocket, taking that hit, and loading up to throw that rock. We don't know a lot about him except for his injury history. It's very terrible. C short accuracy, C mid, and if we go by this, where A is an 80, for example, let's just take 10 points off per scale. We're looking at like 60s in the accuracies and maybe like 50 in the deep accuracy. But play action could be something. Arm strength's going to be there. I mean, if he does go run, being as big as he is, he should be able to truck somebody. That has been the one player I've been able to see that's like really out of the way. Like, I almost want to say this guy was playing something on a defensive line. And when he finally does get drafted, we're gonna go look and see what some of those other stats are. Like we have to. There's no way we can't. But back to what we were going. Back to the rest. I remembered that player. I had to go see him. I had to show you guys him. Okay. We did take a few looks at corner. I don't think corner is going to be something that we really are going to have to worry about too much. As Kendall Fuller, we still have him. We still have Emmanuel Force. We still have St. Juste, and we have Jartavius Martin playing in the slot. If anything, maybe after year 2, or if we do draft a corner, it's going to be someone that is more for stockpiling and just trying to get some snaps on the field so that we can get them ready. Like if I were to go draft a corner, it wouldn't, like I don't think any of these guys are going to be available as my first two picks. As my first pick is going to be Christian Taylor. That's what I'm going for, is Christian Taylor. And after that, I was looking at these guards. I'm hoping that we can get something here. As I think Elijah Gibson, he's slated to go somewhere else. But I did not see anything on Bernie Tracy coming out of the University of Texas. Overall, a decent, I can't even say decent, solid athlete. That A impact will help us. That A run block power. He might not be the best pass blocker, but what I'm expecting out of this is for him to either get a lot of double teams with the center. We shouldn't really leave him one-on-one and expect us to run quite heavily till we can still, so we can, hit the play action and make Sam Howell look good. Also, Darren Tyson. Again, another solid athlete, that A run block power. Again, pass blocking really isn't the strong suit of some of these guards, as we've been looking more at power run guards to try and move some defensive players out of the way. I did look at a tight end. I wasn't looking too heavily into this. It was more just like I wasn't paying Cole Turner that much attention. I wasn't getting him play time, but now I'm trying to get him some play time. I want to see what we have before I try to do any of that crazy stuff of, we're going to overhaul this team and all that. I was looking at other linebackers. This is all before I found Taylor. And I was kind of looking like, okay, with Mayo probably either going to retire or not get re-signed just because of age. Like, we got to go younger. And I've seen some players, and I was like, okay, some of these wouldn't make too bad a sense. I do need to look more in the back end of the draft here, as majority of what I was looking at was like top pick players. So if I go and I show you, like, for instance, defensive tackle was something that I did look at a few players for. Not just for Darren Till, who I think would be great in like the third round if he's available, but someone like Marion Mickle. Actually, not Marion Mickle. It was Steven Grimes out of Michigan. Could be a solid rotation piece. That B block shedding actually did look nice. Now we're sitting at D finesse move, power moving tackle, purely run stopping. Not expecting him to really get any pass rush there. So if we can keep him off the field on like third down, third and longs, that'd be great. That's pretty much what we've been looking for, is like we're looking at run stoppers who might be able to attribute a little bit in the pass game. And the only one that might be able to do something is Darren Till, and that's like, if it's third and short and they choose to go pass, he might be able to get something. I didn't really look at defensive ends, as we have our defensive ends, which I'm gonna try and re-sign Chase Young and see what happens. Cornerback, I took a good look at cornerback. I wanted to see what was out there to offer. I didn't see too much in the mid rounds that I was really looking at. I saw a couple in the first rounds and was like, okay, that's something we could work at. But some of the guys, I was just like, there's like one attribute that's really killing it for me, or like they have both C-man and C-press, such as Mike Talley. Good to great on the speed. Solid on the agility. B catching, D play rec, C man, and C zone. I mean, we're also going to need players that are going to be like mainly special teams. Lauderdale here is specifically a zone corner. He's all right when it comes to speed. He's not somebody that's going to wow you with that. I think I was going to hopefully say something about his play rec, but sitting at a D, he's got a lot to get through if he's going to get there. Another reason why I don't have him on the board. And then as I just do quick looks, it's like small things that I see. Like with Gerald Reynolds, I'm kind of hoping that zone stays at a B. Maybe we'll get something there. Like there's little things I'm looking at. Some players is just like, okay, I just can't look at you right now. Or this is something that I'll look at these guys as we get, like all these undrafted players, I'll look closer as we get to the draft because I want to see, okay, what undrafted free agents might we be able to do something with. And we didn't look at any kind of safeties. I don't think. I haven't looked at any safeties, kickers, punters, any of that. No we did the looked at two that could be undrafted free agents to kind of just fill out the room because of Jacoby Brissett looking like he's interested, but I want to get some competition, get a third QB in there. And I mean, Lipton has kind of been the guy I've been looking at most, but then I saw Walsh with that 8 throw under pressure, and it looks really nice, so that's someone. Halfback, Brian Robbie, projected free agent, or undrafted free agent. Fullback, like, I'm looking for the competition to really be any and everywhere. I'd see, like, nobody really will truly have a starting job. Well, I can't say that. There's a few that'll have, like, their job nearly guaranteed unless, like, they absolutely screw it up. But, I mean, we'll see what we got there. I have tried to re-sign Cody Barton, and he was not interested at all. I mean, if I'm correct, the last deal that I tried to give him was we went for 2 years, 4.5. Like, he was asking for 5. He was asking for 5.8 a year. We were trying to give him 7 to 8 a year. He's just not interested. So that's where looking at a linebacker came into play. But Chase Young, after playing the games and seeing that what he's been doing, what he's been able to accomplish, I'm okay offering him 4 years and giving him a good amount of money. I think he'll still do something great for us, and it's gonna attack our cap room. But I'm willing to give him about 20-ish a year. He's asking for 16. I want to make sure that someone of his caliber that has the superstar trait is going to stay, and he is going to stay. So our defensive line, as of right now, is completely protected. We have all 4 of our starters still in there. At this point, it's about managing depth and getting ready for the future. Curtis Samuel, we're gonna wait a little bit longer on him, as I want to see, should we keep Curtis Samuel, or do we give Diami Brown that chance? Do we draft somebody? We'll get closer. Brissett, he hasn't had to come in the game. Thank the Lord for him not having to come into the game. We're going to shoot for an offer that is right there, and he's going to stay, as the team's been playing pretty well. He hasn't had to play, which is kind of good. Danny Johnson, if I'm correct, I think he was hurt in real life. Like, he's not going to be able to play. It was him or somebody else, but I thought it was Danny Johnson. Kalike Hudson, I did see him on the field like once or twice. Had like the plays that were there, he didn't make too much. Like the Giants game on the last drive or two when they put in majority backups, didn't see too many plays. Sadiq Charles isn't interested, which is bringing up the left guard questions. Casey Toolhill is on injury reserve, probably not going to come back. Abdullah Anderson, he does look pretty nice. I want to see if he's going to regress at all. If he doesn't regress, we might keep him as our DT number 4 on the 1-year deal and then see what happens. He might even, make the team next year, or the person that we draft might make it. Troy Apke. Haven't seen too much, and I mean, this was the boy with the speed. Remember, it was safety for the longest time. He had the speed to really just get around. If anything, I feel like he could be, if once he's healthy, I feel like he could hold up. What did I see? Did I see like a couple weeks left? Nope, 9 weeks. I feel like he might be able to be someone that is like a great special teams player. So, I'm willing to work with him here. We'll give him $2 million if he's willing to stay. Might be a special teamer with that speed that, we know he has, and tackling ability. I think he'll be fine. Is there anybody else that we're thinking about? David Mayo is more because he's 30 years old. If he gets the mentor tag, then I'm all for signing. I'm all for the re-signing. Might even give him the chance to really still, compete for his starting spot. Who knows, we might draft or sign somebody. Michael Bagley, yes, you are getting re-signed. We're going to go for 2 years. We'll take you to your 30. and we'll give you a 2.5 per year. Now that leaves us with 30 mil in cap room right now. And I don't know about y'all. There could be when this gets picked up, this is gonna knock off another 6 mil. So we're gonna have 24 mil in cap. So unless somebody really blows me away, or if Curtis Samuel reaches that 1,000-yard mark, I think we'll keep him. But everybody else, looking at it, I'm like Byron Pringle probably isn't gonna stay. Khaleke Hudson probably isn't, like if we just go from the top real quick. Antonio Gibson's not interested at all. That's gonna cost us way too much money. Curtis Samuel's waiting. Cody Barton's not interested, and neither is Terrell Burgess. James Smith-Williams is pretty interested. We're going to take a look at him and see what he can do for us. Byron Pringle is interested, but he'll be 30 next season. Khaleke Hudson's interested. I just want to see some better play out of him. I want to see what he can do on the special teams, which I'm going to try and show some of the special teams plays. Jeremy Reeves as well as Jarrett Patterson aren't interested. I've really considered cutting Jarrett Patterson and adding somebody from the practice squad, which that could still very well happen. Sadiq Charles, who is our starting left guard, isn't even interested in coming back. Casey Toolhill's injured. Abdullah Anderson, someone we're looking at. Forrest Lamp is on the injury reserve because he tore his pec in the preseason. Aaron Hansford, like everybody else we kind of need to look at. Dylan Moses and Dejon Harris. That means we're going to lose all three of our middle linebackers if everything were to go right now. Cornelius Lucas is 32 years old. Depends on how much he regresses, but I mean that's what we're looking at there. So we're gonna go back to the scouts real quick. I'm gonna go back to the prospects. I just want to show in a perfect world here's what I would draft. In a perfect world, Christian Taylor as our first pick. If one of these linebackers is available for our second pick, probably be Dante Herrick. The only reason why I don't want to draft, I'm hesitant. There's one reason why I don't want to draft two, and that's because I think Jamin Davis will get pushed out. Not saying we're just gonna let him walk, but I mean, let's say these two start playing at a really high level. If we're able to get two, and they play super elite, I would let Jamin Davis walk at that point, or try to get a trade for him, week 8. Because he's playing on the franchise tag. It'd be dumb to let him go, but I don't know what's gonna happen there. Trying to look at it from the business standpoint and not as wow, that's a really stupid move. Like if you have two guys who are, for instance, let's just throw numbers out there. 23 and 23. I bet you Jamin Davis is pretty young too. I bet you that man is young. I don't gotta worry about nothing. 24. He might be 24. Which is gonna make this entire argument sound stupid. 20. Yep. See, it's gonna make the whole thing sound stupid. Okay, so to make this argument sound better, money. It's gonna be easier on the money. That's all. That's the only argument I can make is money. I can't shoot age. The only I can say is money because I don't know how much he's gonna ask for. He'll probably be somewhere around an 85-ish overall. Be asking for a good amount of money. But Christian Taylor would be our first pick. Maybe another linebacker in the second or third round. Darren Till, I'm pretty interested in for some rotation and some beef in the middle. Excuse me. A left guard, we're gonna have to go look at guards. And now this is no particular order except for Taylor is first. So Taylor, want to go start looking at guards again. Maybe another D tackle for depth to try and really see who's gonna earn the spot. I'm starting to try and look at some left tackles. I want to see what we can get out of that. A QB late. So one linebacker for sure. One linebacker, one QB really, really late. A D tackle for general purpose of depth and kind of getting a rotation. A corner, again, depth and wanting some more rotation out of it. That's 4 picks. Maybe another linebacker for number 5. So 2 linebackers. That's 5. Those are 5 that I'm actually interested in trading for. I might make some trades to make sure we get 5 players. And I might be okay with that for now. I might I'm gonna look at safeties kind of off, and the next update will probably be around close towards the end. But mock draft wise, we are slated. Mock draft 2, excuse me. We are slated like lower, around like 25. They're saying guard. If we do go for a guard, which I'm not against going for a guard in the first round, I like, my big thing is making sure that we get that linebacker. Like Daryl Boston. Like if we go look at all the linebackers that I had on the board that are going to be gone, because they're going to be stand up backers. Let's go look. Where's the next linebacker? Dante Herrick, gone. He'll be with the Colts. He's slated for the Colts, who lost Bobby Okereke last season. Daryl Boston, gone to the Bengals. Like, those are the only two that are coming off the board, but I would, like, if I'm going to do anything, I probably would trade back and see if we can get another first, and like early in the second round, like trade back with. Oh, that's right. The freaking Browns don't have a first round pick this year. That's why the Texans are up there, like up there as early as they are, and I think they have another. No, they traded away the Browns pick. They traded away the Browns pick. That's why the Cardinals are up here like this. But I think their actual pick is like down here at 16. So we might trade like with the Rams in the second round. Get the Rams or Texans for a second round pick and give up like our first and just and maybe get a first from the next year in their second. Just kind of like swap first round picks a little bit, you know what I mean? And then kind of get that out there. The closer we get, the more we're gonna do, but we do have the rest of our season to go through, which is it's been up and down, man. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up. But with these new sliders, which I'm about to go show you here in a second, from Jerome PKR, the Seahawks are next. We're at home against the Giants. We got to go play the Cowboys still. We haven't played them not once this season. We played 2 divisional games. No, we played 3 divisional games. We're 1-2 right now because we lost the Eagles both times. They swept us. Then we got to go play against the Dolphins. We get a bye week. We got to go to the Rams, Jets. We play 49ers and Cowboys both at home. So it's early September by the time you guys are seeing this. I'm kind of hoping we maybe get this season done by mid to late September. That'll get us our first year out of the way. So every like 2 months. So we might be able to get like a couple seasons into this. So we're kind of hoping that we can get something there. Again, we have number 1 offense in the league. So hopefully we can flex that, keep things pushing. I said I was going to do some gameplay, but, we're at like 43 minutes or less. An hour-long video might do, which I'm not against it. What else I need to see? I mean, if you look there, number 2 offense in points per game, but defense is way down there at 29. Like, number 1 ranked offense against us. Number 1 ranked offense against number 8 defense, and they have the number 27 offense against our number 30 defense. I'm hoping that our defense is really going to get some clicking going, as maybe some things will click for us. I mean, offense-wise, I think that's more just the plays that are getting called and us having some big plays. For this game, we're not going to have Ricky Stormberg, who's out for 4 weeks. It's going to put Nick Gates as a starter, and Chris Paul is going to start as left guard. Sadiq Charles is not going to be in, so we're hurting across the offensive line right now. Cole Turner is going to start over Logan Thomas for probably the remainder of the season. Kind of want to get him some play time as he's only in his second year. Jahan Dotson, superstar ability. He has a different ability that we could put on other than return man, but it's matchup nightmare, so he would have to go to the slot just to get that chance on matchup nightmare. And right now he is our kick returner. Trying to get something out of return man. If we don't get anything this week out of return man, I think I will swap him for I'll swap him for that matchup nightmare. He'll go to the slot. Curtis Samuel can go back to the outside. Sam Howell has gone up 1 overall. Maybe we can get something, but we're gonna need him to play a little more consistent. What else? On the offense, I don't really have too many other things. Yeah, I think that's it for offense. On the defense, which I'm not gonna try not to click on anybody. That's where we have 6 star players, 7 star players, and 1 superstar, 1 X factor. Jatavius Martin's also a star. Like, that's why I brought up what I brought up. He's a rookie. He's already at 76 man at 74 zone. So right now he probably could stay slot for the remainder of this season and maybe even going into next year. Whereas Forrest is, he's only going into his his contract next year. 74 zone. He hasn't played terrible, but he also, we don't hear nothing. We don't hear his name get called. So I guess that's somewhat good. Can't complain there. Cameron Curl, who we just re-signed, we're keeping him at strong safety. 77 zone, 73 man. The 86 speed, that means we're going to have to keep him around the box a lot more. Can't let him stay too terribly deep. Might even have him be in the box for the blitzes. We had that chance to get him a superstar, which I didn't even know that he had that opportunity. I didn't think he did that much, but apparently he did. Montez Sweat was re-signed. Chase Young was re-signed. We have Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne, so our defensive line's still there. Abdullah Anderson might go. He might stay, but we also have Fedarian Mathis. St. Juice, that's who's not getting too much play time and going into contract year next year. After looking at him, he very well, I know Jatavius Martin is for the slot and everything, but he very well, St. Juice could probably be, because what is he? Is he the number 3 corner right now? Yeah. If Fuller drops, for whatever reason, St. Jude's probably could take over a role. Or if anybody goes down, I'd be comfortable with him playing a lot more. Cody Barton's going to all of our middle linebackers are probably going to disappear. And left linebackers are going to disappear. So the defense is going to be hurting. The defense and the linebacker room is going to get the most out of an overhaul right now. So that's definitely something that we're going to look at. And that's where drafting multiple linebackers comes into play. I think we can get something there, so we're gonna shoot for it. And as for what I want to do with the practice squad was, more of our plan here before I get into that. Ridgeway has a chance to make team next year. I'm not going to upgrade him just yet because I don't want another team re-sign. I don't want another team snatching him off the practice squad. I just didn't want to let him go. I think he very well could make the team next year. Still going to draft, probably going to draft a defensive tackle looking at it. Or, if you guys think I shouldn't, then let me know. But Ridgeway's at a 67, probably going to make the team. I was gonna cut the running back and bring in Andre Jones, the rookie. I feel like I should have had him on the team anyways, but I didn't think he was going to get that much play time, so I just sent him to the practice squad, and I figured no one was going to re-sign him. I think he'll have a good enough preseason this year. He'll end up getting some more sacks, and he'll be able to make the team. Milne's probably going to make the team next year. Only 24 years old. He was making catches out there and was giving us opportunities. So he might be like a wide receiver 4 coming in next year. I should probably go left next time. Bobby Johnson, if I'm honest, he's going into his 4th year. He probably is going to be able to fight for a starting role next year. With us losing linebackers the way we are, he has a great chance to not only make the team but be a starter. So we're going to see what happens there. Castro Fields and Wild Goose are going to play for their roles there. Green, I'm probably going to cut. I don't think he's going to make it. And McGowan, he also has a chance. So the other person who I didn't really mention that I'm not seeing right now is probably Butler, McGowan, Green, Eifler. Those are the guys I'm not. Well, even Eifler has a chance with the way, again, with our linebacker room. Anybody has a chance to start there, and we're still going to draft somebody. But I think that's really it on what I have. Should I live stream the draft? Or should I live stream the offseason altogether? Or should I just do my own little thing and just keep it to myself? I don't know yet. I'm trying to figure out what the plan's going to be there. got to figure out what we're going to do there. But I mean, right, like just looking at it, Bobby Johnson probably can start next year, and I wouldn't be too upset with that. He'd be on the opposite side on that left side. Again, nothing wrong with that. I think he has a chance there. And I would change him to the left side, but I think someone's going to re-sign. I think someone's going to sign him. But next episode is going to be us against the Seahawks. I know I've used up quite a bit of time doing this. But we're going to get the rest of the season finished and get to the off season and see how much better we can make this team. You know, I think that we can make playoffs right now. I don't know how far we make it, but record-wise, I think we'd make playoffs. I think we'd be all right. But I also haven't touched these sliders yet, so we're going to see how things go. And here are the sliders that PKR put out there that I said I would give a try. I played a game or two of quick play with them, and the wide receivers were dropping quite a few passes. Like, they were getting hit and they were dropping stuff. So I was like, dang, okay, that's crazy that I lowered their catching and I wasn't getting that. But the only thing I changed on here was I put the penalty sliders close to around what I had them at before. Because, you know, hardly get any penalties. Like, you don't see offsides or false. Like, we think I cut out the false starts. Those haven't been too much. You do see a couple holding penalties. I'm not touching face mask because face mask and illegal block in the back and roughing the passer are all broken. I might raise that one, but nah. And I say broken because I don't trust them, and I'm not going to give them that chance. That's something that I'm going to wait on like Matt 10 or Mr. Hurricane to figure out there. But week 10, what is it? Game 10, really, of getting into the season. I think we got something here. We're gonna see what happens. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you stayed for the whole time and you aren't subscribed, why not? You stay for the entire video. Go ahead, throw a like out there. I hope I was able to get some more information out there. If you look at the right, regular season wins. We're about to hit our goal of 7 wins if we can get this one. That's it. Goldamite out. I don't know what else to say. Thank you for tuning in. Again, plus 34 subscribers. That's crazy. I don't know. Y'all kind of caught me in like a weird time of me trying to do this. I'm tired. I want to go to sleep, but I'm not going to because I worked a night shift. I'm now complaining. I'm gonna let y'all go before I get into like a 2-hour rant that I'm gonna have recorded on here. Now I gotta go edit. I'll let you guys go.